Hi again, everybody. John Boutet, the Buffalo Sports Museum here. We're going to do our second episode, or second segment on memorabilia today, and we're going to focus in on game-used hockey sticks. We had a request from one of our members to talk about game-used hockey sticks, so I thought I'd bring out a few of them, and we'll talk about collecting them. These ones here, we'll start right off here, and these are in one of my cases. You might remember some of the names on the sticks. There's a René Robert and a Gilbert Perreault and a Rick Martin. Those are early to mid 70s game-used sticks of the Connection, as well as there's a Danny Gare and there's a Roger Crozier in there. I love game-used equipment, especially sticks. Sticks are a great, affordable way of collecting things from a player's past. Sticks can range, game-used sticks can range anywhere from $20 all the way up to maybe $1,000, depending on the name. But if you just dabble in Sabres things, they won't ever get that high. Maybe $400 or $500 for a beautiful early Bison hockey stick or something like that. But for the most part, it's pretty affordable. It's not that bad of a way to collect something. That's a nice Gilles Villemure stick from his time. But I'll go through just a few. I pulled a couple out just to talk about. You have to excuse the noise upstairs. We have dogs running all over upstairs, so I apologize for that in advance. When collecting game-used sticks, you always want to be on the safe side. You always want to do your homework. You always want to talk to people who have done this for a long time, because there are a lot of unscrupulous people out there right now, even locally, that are taking older sticks, doctoring them up, making them look like they belong to one of the players, your favorite players. They get little rubber stamp kits and stamp names on them. So you really have to be on the lookout for those type of things. Let's focus on the positive, though. I brought a couple out here. These are team signed sticks. Team signed sticks can be a player's actual game stick, or they can be just a regular hockey stick that you had the team sign. And those are a fun way to get all the autographs of a particular team. I brought a couple out here. There's a couple of first-year Sabres sticks right here. This one belonged to Doug Barry. It's a beautiful team signed stick with a lot of signatures on it that you'd probably recognize. There's Roger Crozier right there, and Skip Craik, Jerry Meehan, a lot of the first-year teams. But these are very, very hard to find. The team signed sticks are very difficult to find. When you do find them, they're usually pretty expensive. Again, in the $300-400 range they can go. Let's just go down the line. Here's another 70, 71. This one here is a nice 74, 75 one from the Stanley Cup team, which is a beautiful Rick Martin game stick signed by all the players. That's a beautiful, beautiful stick, and hard to get the 74, 75 team together. 78, 79 team. And this one here, this is a great one. This is a Jim Schoenfeld gamer that I had all the members of the 74, 75 Stanley Cup final team, plus Floyd Smith, the coach. So there's a lot of Flyers on here: Bernie Parent and Rick McLeish and Ed Van Imp. A lot of different Flyers players. About 23 years ago, they had an alumni game here in Buffalo, so I had that signed at the alumni game. Team signed sticks are great. Goalie sticks. I brought a few of the goalie sticks out. Some of the more popular names in Sabres history you might recognize. There's a nice Roger Crozier game stick. Nice Don Edwards. Tom Barrasso had a habit of making, look at the size of his butt end. And he would use an entire roll of tape to do his butt end. There's a Jacques Cloutier right there. And, the things you want to look for with goalie sticks are obviously a lot of puck marks, a lot of game usage. Back then they would have only a few sticks available to them at each game, and not like today. So look for good game usage on them. A tape job. each player had a specific way they would tape a stick, look through photographs, try to find a way to photo match sticks. There's a nice Dominic Hasek one in there also. I'm not quite into the newer sticks, mostly the older sticks from the players in the 70s and things like that. So here's some more, some Korabs and Playfairs and Savards, and that's a beautiful Jim Watson stick, gorgeous 71-72 team signed stick. Jim Watson was away with the team for 2 years, scored the first Sabres goal in regular season. So that's a beautiful, beautiful, nice 71-72 stick of his. We'll go down here. We'll talk about a few more over here. Players from the 80s, Mike Foligno. You'll recognize Mike Foligno, Mike Ramsey. In there, there's some more 70s sticks. There's a Gaverman up, Rene Robert. There's another Gilbert Perreault right there. Patty LaFontaine. So again, look for game usage. Again, there are people around that are simulating that, so it really is buyer beware. Contact me if you need any help with that, or some other collectors in the area. There's some friends of mine that have collected throughout the years. Bobby Romano, he's very, very intelligent man when it comes to game used sticks. And then my cream of the crop right over here. This is a Tim Horton. That's one of his game sticks, Timmy Horton. Took me a long time to find a good Tim Horton stick, but that's one of his sticks, which is really, really hard to come by. Timmy used two different styles here in Buffalo. He used Sherwood and he used Victoriaville. So if you see any other ones, maybe CCM or something like that, that would have been his time with Toronto. Bison sticks, if you can find something dating back to that era, bison sticks are really, really tough to find. This is a fantastic 43-44 Bison's Calder Cup Champs team sign stick with all the signatures on it. That was a nice one to find. This one actually somebody found in a house that was getting demolished, and they were doing their final walkthrough and walked over some cardboard, and there was a bump underneath the cardboard. So before they left, the man pulled the cardboard up and found the stick, which is just how you find things. It's really amazing how sometimes you find things. That's a nice Vic Hadfield CCM, played with the Bisons. And this is probably the oldest stick I have. This is a presentation stick. This is documented in the 1930-31 Buffalo Bisons hockey team with all the team players on it. So that's a presentation stick. That was a stick that was used by a player. Back then they didn't mark whose sticks they were. They would just put their number on them, but they turned this into a presentation stick, which is very, very hard to find those. So anyway, game use sticks, a lot of fun to collect. Again, they're not extremely expensive depending on the player. You can get, 80s, 90s Sabres team signed sticks for, a couple $100, maybe $200. An individual stick for maybe anywhere from $70 to $80 to $90, $100 maybe, if it's a big name like a Foligno or a Mike Ramsey or Pat LaFontaine. But they're not that difficult. I mean, they're around. It's one thing about the players, they used to keep their sticks after they used them, unless they broke, and then they'd toss them over the glass at practice. We used to do that a lot at the old Tonawanda Sports Center. They would break their stick and they would just toss it over the glass at you, or nickels. So game use sticks, a lot of fun to collect. If you have something that you want to see talked about, I'd be happy to talk about it, and shoot me a message. Otherwise, we'll see you in a couple more days and we'll do another Buffalo Sports Museum Inside the Vault. Thanks for joining me. Bye.